Professional Women's Network. Business women lifting each other up. Peers and mentors showing you the way. Women working together, sharing knowledge, and rocking the world. Because alone, you are amazing. But together, we are unstoppable.
Well, I want to start with the quote today, and it's by Simon Sinek. And it is, "The role of a leader is not to come up with all the great ideas. The role of a leader is to create an environment in which great ideas can happen." And to me, right there is PWN. So welcome. I think everyone on here is a member, and that is fabulous. So since we have a little bit of time, I kind of wanted to go over our membership benefits. So for starters, we have our member directory. So that is your membership profile. The more information that you put on your profile, it's easy for other members to easily access your information. Just like that, Tammy Jones does stock, just like that. Type in stock, you'll find Tammy Jones. We also have our 2 Facebook pages, and we have our public group, and we have our members only. And the members only page is another member benefit. I know we do have members that are outside of the Monterey area. This is a perfect time to really connect with our other members and kind of get them to know on a more personal level. We also have the Wild Apricot app. That is a simple, easy, free app that you have on your mobile device. It's the same thing for our membership directory, but just on your phone. So we should always be connected in these things. We also have the member spotlights. So part of the membership chair, we spotlight all of our new members, a bio. It gets you out there, it talks about your business. It's a great way to, again, interact with all of our fellow members. We also have our monthly sponsors. So, Lori will talk about our sponsor for the month, but it's a great opportunity to have a showcase on our website, along with a full month of being showcased on our main page. We also have our member hub on the PWN website, where you are allowed to download all of the members' email addresses and send a personal blast out twice a month. So if you have any difficulties with that or cannot find it, please reach out to me. I would be happy to help you learn how to download that. We also have the best, I think it's amazing. We have our Fridays with Marian, which is Ask the Expert. And it is on our Facebook Live for the Powerful Business Connections, where we have over 1,400 people looking at that. So it's every Friday at 12:30. It's only for members. So for new members, I think it's a great way to get in front of others, even outside of just our local community. We also have, you're always welcome to invite anyone that you think that you seem fit for the organization. Personal growth, professional growth, it's just a great opportunity. And again, we're so outside of just the local community, but we can target anyone that is interested. So they are up to join or to attend 2 meetings, no cost at all. Bring your friends, let me know, it'll be great. And then last but not least, on behalf of our board member, Cecilia Kennedy, our special events, she has began our first in-person local Monterey event, which is going to be the Business Bingo Bonanza, May 15th from 2 to 4. The email has not been sent out yet, but it should be out in the next couple days. It is first come, first serve. So if that time works for you, be on the lookout. And I think I'm going to turn it over to Lori.
Good afternoon. I'm Lori Flacco-Jean, and I'm here to introduce our April sponsor. Our sponsor is Joycelyn Driscoll, who is an international best-selling author and is the Regional Vice President of ACN. She has graciously donated a $50 gift card to Tarpey's Roadhouse. And we are auctioning the gift card to Tarpey's at the end of this meeting today. And you still have time to purchase your raffle tickets for our drawing on our spinning wheel. The link to this to the raffle will be posted in the chat if it's not already. I haven't checked. And so click on the link, get your tickets. The more tickets you buy, the better chances you have of winning. Thanks.
Awesome, Lori, thank you. Yeah, it's a really great deal. You can have, was it 30 tickets for $20? So you can always just do one ticket for $1. I mean, $50. I mean, you can't beat that, man. Awesome. So also, as I said before, my name is Megan Mertz. I'm the PWN membership chair, and we actually have 2 new members for the month. One being Karen Joseph, or shall we call her Connector Karen, who owns 7 Networking out in Arizona. And then we have a new member as of 2 days ago, who's a great friend of mine on the call today. Her name is Kylie Cleveland. Give a little shout. She is from Monterey Fit Body Boot Camp. She's also my trainer and an awesome personal trainer outside. So welcome, Kylie. Let's see. Lori.
Okay, hi. So we're doing our introductions and icebreaker now. So everyone's gonna have about 30 seconds to introduce their business and themselves and their business, and then answer our icebreaker question. And the question for the day is, and give me a second, I'm getting a phone call. Anyway, I'm hiding it. What is the most important personal attribute that you bring to your job or your career? And I'm gonna start with Tammy Jones this morning, afternoon.
Thank you, Lori. My name is Tammy Jones. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Next year, I celebrate 30 years in the business. One of my best attributes is really listening to my clients and what their needs are. And I do a lot of hand-holding with my clients. So when a divorce or somebody passes away, I help them throughout the whole process with not just assets that they have with me, but with assets that they have outside of my company. So clients really enjoy that. It's a very trying time for them usually. So it's a huge benefit. Thank you.
Thank you. And did you answer our question? Your most important
Attribute, yeah. Just listening to my clients and walking them through processes when they're going through, say, a divorce or somebody passes away. I do a lot of hand-holding and I'm kind of there for them every step of the way.
Thank you. Next, I'm going to call on Sandra Collingwood. How are you?
Mute. Hello. Yes, I'm Sandra Collingwood, and my business is Super Spotter, spot remover. I will be doing the showcase today, so I'll say more about my product later. I believe that probably my most outstanding quality is consistency and stability. Not very glamorous qualities, but they keep things rolling in a dependable way. That's success. Thank you.
Sandra. Next is Julianne.
All right, Wutke. It's not easy. All right, so Julieanne Wutke, certified health coach. I get to be the speaker today, so I'm super psyched about that. Yeah, so I was thinking, actually, Tammy has something kind of similar. In my practice, I think really listening, listening between the lines sometimes to my clients, and really, using my intuition to help them navigate through their health challenges or what they really need and want, because sometimes people don't know how to express themselves very well. So it's very important to listen deeply and use your intuitive sense. So thanks.
Next is Debbie Campbell. How are you?
Hi, I'm Debbie Campbell. I'm an author, speaker, and an entrepreneur with Touchstone Crystal by Swarovski Jewelry. And I would say, I don't know if I can say 2 things. One, overall, is I'm really into efficiency. So I like making things as simple as possible for everyone. So whether that's in my job, it's efficiencies, whether it's in my business, it's helping people have the best time and with little stress to themselves. So I like to make things easier on other people and the people that I work with.
How about Jody?
Guys. Well, I'm Jody Royer. I'm on the PWN Board of Directors as the Technology Chair and Webmaster. I'm an expert trainer in personal and professional goal achievement, specializing in hypnosis, self-hypnosis mastery. One of my superpowers is teaching people how to calm the monkeys in their mind and have bulletproof confidence. I help professionals stand out, get attention, win trust, and establish credibility through their website and internet presence. And my favorite clients are ambitious entrepreneurs who think outside the box, love to challenge the status quo in order to create beneficial outcomes for more people.
Hello, my name is Gay Friedman of DC Friedman and Associates. I help women find joy in their everyday lives so they can show up intentionally and live lives full of happiness and promise. I teach women they have the power to choose everyday joy, even during challenging circumstances. And I think what I like bringing is joy and laughter to people. I like making people laugh, and that's something I do well.
Okay, very good. Hi, I'm Marian Gelletley with Powerful Presence. And if you're a woman that goes to her closet every morning and you stop and you stare and you can't figure out to wear, piles of clothes on the bed keep growing, I'm your go-to person. I'm a style expert, a speaker, and an overall cheerleader for my clients who we all have less than perfect bodies. So what I do is I help women really embrace what they have, dress it as beautifully as they possibly can, and show up confidently every day. I would say my attributes would be I have a creative eye. I have an eye for beauty. I really understand how you can put things together and make them beautiful for yourself. And I'm warm and I'm very non-judgmental.
I bet. Hi, I'm Susan Clark. I'm a realtor with Carmel Realty Company in Carmel, but I sell real estate all over the Monterey Peninsula and the surrounding areas. And I've been helping buyers and sellers follow their dreams for 30 plus years, long time. And also just getting things done. As a realtor, there are, 100 moving parts to every transaction. And it's very stressful for a buyer or a seller because they're often making a big life change. And so just helping them get done whatever needs to get done and negotiating the best possible price for them.
Teresa Ream, your 2021 president, also the president of Disaster Cleanup Specialists, Flooring America's Floor Store USA, and Cypress Cabinets. I have the ability to see opportunities and move really fast on them. And so then therefore, lots of ventures and adventures kind of pop in, and it makes life pretty fun, and it provides new opportunities for my company and my family and friends. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Laura Beth Mesmer. I wear a couple of different hats, but today I'm wearing a Stride hat, and Stride is an organization that works with businesses from mom and pops all the way to the Nike size businesses, and we work to make sure that businesses are getting all the tax incentives and tax credits that are due to them. Right now, my push is with the employee retention credits. This is a benefit that's going to go away at the end of the year, and we're really busy getting people into the hopper because the federal government has released all this money. It's $33,000 per employee that you've been able to retain. And the government has implemented this, but they didn't implement the people to deal with the influx, and so it's taking a little bit longer. So we're trying to get people into the queue so that they don't miss out on these dollars. So what I bring to the table is passion. I get to give money away. That's the best thing in the world. I love doing it. And so, yeah, if you know someone who is looking for money in their business, I'm probably the person that you need to talk to. It's a ton of fun.
Sorry, for a lunch bunch, none of you guys eat. So I don't know how you do it.
Hello, Krista Beavers, Guardian Accounting Inc., where we do accounting, bookkeeping, and CFO services for small to medium-sized businesses. Today is April 15th, and it is absolutely crazy around here answering final questions for our client CPAs. But many of you know tax season has been extended for individuals to 5/17, so I get to do another month, and I'm super excited.
And I'm gonna try Kylie. I got word that we're good, right? So okay. So my wonderful co-host Megan Mertz is next.
Hello, my name is Megan Mertz. I am the Business Development Coordinator for the premier local restoration company, Disaster Cleanup Specialists, which actually is our 40 years in the business for the Teresa Ream companies, along with Floor Store USA's Flooring America and Cypress Design and Build for all of your flooring, designing, and cabinetry needs. And a personal attribute that I bring is optimism, a listening ear, very passionate, and willingness to learn both personally and professionally. Thank you.
So I'm introducing myself, Lori Black Eugene. I'm the owner of Divorce with Dignity Monterey. I am a mediator, and Divorce with Dignity is a safe place for people to achieve a divorce that is amicable and cost effective. I also do other document preparation. So one of the attributes I think that I have is that I'm a problem solver, and I think I have a sense of how to resolve dispute resolution. I think even though I've been a litigator for years, I've learned a skill or two about solving the problems. So that's it.
Okay, hi. I get the pleasure of introducing Sandra Collingwood. And for many years, Sandra has loved sharing her product, the Super Spotter, with everyone she meets. She also enjoys wearing her polka dot logo when she's out and about. And I see she's wearing polka dots today, since this unique dot pattern seems to bring smiles to many along the way. And you're up.
Thank you. Okay. Well, you have heard of Sir Lancelot. I am Lady Spot-a-lot. I am your spot lady, and that's who I want to be. As mentioned, I often wear polka dots since the dots represent spots, and it's our business logo, and it keeps things fresh and happy, kind of like a long-term marriage. Since we've been in business so many years, keep things fresh and happy. Now, by way of clarification, my husband and I have owned a carpet cleaning company for 36 years, but we retired officially 2 years ago. However, Super Spotter is our sideline business, and I'm keeping that going for growing. We originally sold Super Spotter only as a carpet spotter because we had a carpet cleaning company. But PWN members kept coming to me and saying, I use it on everything. They were using it on kitchen cabinets and bathroom cabinets, baseboards, doors and window frames, and especially clothing, and of course, upholstery. So I was puzzled, and I called the owner of the business from whom we purchased our supply of ingredients, and I said, what's going on here? And they said, oh yes, your product is an all-purpose cleaner. So I owe that to PWN very, very much. The members spoke up, and it's very important to speak up with suggestions and just general overall information. Super Spotter has no odor because it has no harsh chemicals, and it's safe for babies up through the elderly for that reason. I'm often asked, can Super Spotter be used to clean carpets in a carpet cleaning machine? And the answer is a resounding yes, but you do need to dilute it. And so if you're interested in doing that, give me a ring. Doesn't take very much, but it does need to be diluted since it is a spot remover, very intensive. There's something I think called the Zoomerang effect, and that is PWN helps our businesses, other women, and the community. So it's wonderful to attend as many Zoom meetings here as possible. How far am I in this? Am I over?
Your time is about up, so you can wrap up.
Okay, so it's a powerhouse of wonderful, caring people. And my quote for the day is, "A smile is a curve that sets things straight." Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Sandra. Gay, can we go ahead and turn it over to you to introduce the speaker for today?
Yes, I am excited. We have a wonderful speaker, Julieanne Wutke. She is a certified health coach and an anti-aging expert, helping women and men get their energy back and look and feel better than ever. She offers functional help in the areas of nutrition, emotional eating, fitness, and stress management. Most importantly, she can help you get unstuck and overcome those obstacles that keep you from moving forward. Not a quick fix, but sustainable changes for life. Working with her can help you go from "nothing seems to work for me" to "I finally did it." Julianne says it's time to get back your energy and look and feel better than ever. Ladies, Julieanne Wutke.
All right. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Gay. I'm Julianne. I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited to be your speaker today. It's so great to see so many familiar faces. And for those of you who don't know me, as you heard from Gay, my name is Julianne. I'm a certified health coach, longtime resident here in the Monterey area. And even though I live here, my health coaching practice has been at least 95% virtual, even long before the current pandemic. So I get to work with clients anywhere where there's a phone or internet connection. So really quick bio, a little bit about me, specifically how I became a health coach. As with most healthcare practitioners I know, my interest in health and wellness really began out of a huge health breakdown, two of them to be specific. First, with my parents. I watched over the years as they struggled, both of them, with health issues. And it seemed to me that most of their problems, most of their issues were a result of life choices. They really just didn't know any better at the time. So it was rather sad to see two people work hard all their lives towards a comfortable retirement and then never really get to enjoy it because of their health concerns. The second huge breakdown was my own. Sometime after turning 50, my life had become extra stressful. And I was using food and alcohol and a healthy dose of denial to help deal with it. I found myself 50 pounds overweight, my joints were achy, and I was generally pretty miserable. I became determined to get my health back. And so I began the journey to do that. Eventually, I found the right system, the right support, and accountability to make lasting changes. And so I just love helping others do the same. So, you know, when I was asked to be a speaker for our meeting today, I was thinking about what our talk would be. So, you know, as a health coach, there are so many different health and wellness topics to choose from. And so I decided to pick one that seems to be on almost everyone's mind: healthy aging. Another way of saying that is, you know, we just want to look good and feel good as we get older. Now, you might be thinking, hey, wait, Julianne, why is a health coach talking about how we look? Isn't that a little superficial? As it turns out, it's not superficial at all. Almost every single thing that we can do to maintain our general health and mental clarity affects every part of us, including how we look. So looking our best is really about being healthy. It's really an inside job. Also, in particular for this group of leaders here today, good health is essential for empowering all of our endeavors, especially the daily challenges of modern working women. Most of us manage several things: our businesses, our households, our own health, and much more. We do a lot. The information that I'm going to share today in this talk is very simple and actionable. So PWN members and guests will be able to start using it right away. All right, so I want to get back to how looking good is really an inside job, how good health practices are so foundational to how we look and how we feel. Some of us have had experience with firsthand knowledge, that is, of how much better we tend to look and feel when we are taking better care of ourselves. I know it's great here in 2021 that there are so many different kinds of high quality products and services that we can use to keep our skin and our hair and our nails looking good. Believe me, I am a big fan. I say, as long as it's harmless, do what makes you feel good. However, even the best products, the most expensive, high tech services in the world are not going to do us a lot of good if we're not taking care of our health. So, with the time we have today, I'm going to talk about 3 key areas that impact our looks and health, and some simple ways to boost health and energy and looks right away. All right. So, the first one, sugar. How sugar is hurting us and how we can get away from it. So, I have this little visual model here today. This is a pound of sugar. It might be showing it backwards. I wrote sugar on it just so you know that's what that was and not something else. Anyway, the average American consumes 152 pounds of sugar every year. That's about 3 pounds a week. Now, like many of you, when I heard that, I was thinking, oh, not me. I don't consume that much sugar. Well, what I didn't know at the time was that most of the sugar that people eat is in the form of what I call sneaky sugar. So, what the heck is that? What is sneaky sugar? So, here's an example of not knowing that you're eating sugar. If you eat a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie, it's pretty obvious. It's got sugar in it. We know that. But sometimes we can eat something as simple and basic as a turkey sandwich and not realize that that particular sandwich could have as much or more actual sugar in it than the cookie. I know that might be surprising, but it's true. So here's a little reality check. Different forms of sugar are being added to the majority of our packaged and processed foods. It's just called different things. Sometimes it's obvious when we're reading the ingredients label, and sometimes it's not. Why? Why is that happening? Why are they adding sugar and sweeteners to our food? Here's reality check number 2. Sugar in its various forms is highly addictive. The more we have, the more we want. So, for companies who provide packaged food, this has been very profitable. All right. Uh, why is it even important to talk about how much sugar we're consuming? Haven't people always eaten sugar? Hasn't that been going on for quite a long time? Well, yes, of course. Our grandparents, our great grandparents, people, back in the day, people had sugar, but it was only occasionally, maybe special occasions. Now we have a lot more of it. The new forms of sugar are very cheap to make and very cheap to add in almost all of the packaged foods that we eat. So, sugar itself is not evil or bad. We're just having too much of it. Here's an important note. When we think about sugar, we also need to think about high sugar impact food. So that would basically be any food that is highly processed, like the refined versions of foods such as fruit, wheat flour, uh, things like that, where the fiber has been removed. So, overconsumption of sugar and high sugar impact foods can lead to a host of chronic diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, inflammation, heart disease, fatty liver, and a lot more. All right. So now we're going to talk about the blood sugar roller coaster. This is a ride that we've probably all taken, whether we knew it or not. Here's a quick example. So let's just say that during the day, you skip breakfast. Maybe by mid-morning, you need an extra coffee or something sweet. So we start off here, oh, extra coffee, something sweet, and then your energy begins to drop again. By lunchtime, you are ravenous, and we might eat lunch too fast, make poor choices, spiking our blood sugar again. In the afternoon, we feel a little bit of an afternoon crash. We need something else to bring our blood sugar back up again. So it pretty much all day long, we're just going really high and really low. And then the very next day, we tend to repeat the cycle all over again. Does that sound kind of familiar to anyone? All those crazy highs and lows that we put ourselves through are not only making us feel awful, but it can really lead to a whole cascade of health problems such as gaining weight, insulin resistance. Eventually, it can lead to a lot more serious conditions that I mentioned earlier. But don't panic, there is help. Here's tip number one for reducing your sugar consumption. First one is read the ingredients label. Again, sometimes it's obvious in the labeling that something is sugar or an added sugar. Sometimes it's not. But if we just try to avoid a lot of the refined and packaged foods whenever possible, that'll help quite a bit. The healthiest food choices are always whole foods without any refinement, like whole fruit, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats. If you've got any questions about that, you might want to put something in the chat, or hopefully we'll have time at the end for a little Q&A. Tip number two, eat a healthy breakfast. Even if you have to eat it a little bit later in the morning because maybe you're running late or you're not hungry, that's fine. Eat less at night and try not to snack after dinner. All right. So the second area we're going to talk about, how to get rid of belly fat, the real deal. Oh my gosh, why am I talking about belly fat? Just like, ugh. Well, it's because almost every single person I talk to feels like they've just got too much around the middle and they would love to reduce it. And all of us agree, I think, that it's very annoying when our clothes just will not fit us around the middle, or we can't wear our favorite belts. However, really the most important thing to understand about that extra weight we carry around our belly is how it affects our health. Much of that extra fat we accumulate there is what's known as visceral fat. That affects the function of our vital organs in our midsection. So too much of that visceral fat can contribute to a lot of different chronic issues. And when we're thinking about reducing our belly fat, what do you suppose is the most important thing to consider? Some might guess, oh, it's what we're eating. Some might even say it's when we eat. But you might be surprised to learn that it is neither one of those. It is how we are eating. And here's what I mean by that. So, two of the primary factors in contributing to our belly fat is eating. Well, the first is eating when we are in a stressed state and eating too fast. So, how many times do we eat in the car? We eat at our desk. We snack watching television. It seems like sometimes we only have a few minutes to eat, so we eat as fast as we can. How many? I mean, I've done that many times in the past. Not anymore, but in the past. If that's ever happened to you, raise your hand or put a yes in the chat. I think everyone's done that at some time or another. The first thing, when we eat, when we are in a stressed state or we're eating too fast, we really can't properly digest our food. Also, if we're not able to really digest our food, it's much more likely that it's going to be stored as fat, especially the kind that is stored around our midsection, also known as belly fat. When we eat too fast, we have a tendency to overeat. And I know a lot of you know this. Why do we overeat if we eat too fast? Well, it takes about 20 minutes after you've eaten before you actually get the message and feel as if you're full. That's probably why a lot of people tend to really overeat at Thanksgiving dinner because they eat too much and then they went way too far. So I'm sure that's happened to a lot of us in different situations. Anyway, so there are some simple things we can start doing today to help us get rid of the belly fat. Thank goodness. The first thing, really, really simple, is set the stage during mealtime. Take a few minutes to sit down for your meal. Avoid multitasking when you're eating. So, in other words, if you're sitting down to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or even if it's a snack, try to have that be the only thing you are doing. And we want to relax and take our time. I usually suggest, setting the stopwatch feature on your phone and then putting it away and then relax into your meal, appreciate it with all of your senses. If you need to take a few long slow breaths to kind of calm down, do that, but it really helps to relax and take your time. Just use that stopwatch to gradually increase the amount of time you spend eating. I know at first it might only have been 5 minutes, but if you can just gradually over time try to increase that to 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on what your day looks like, that goes a long way to helping. All right, so much for belly fat. We're going to move on to area number 3, how stress might be blocking your success and what you can do about it. Does anyone feel anxious lately? Yeah, I know this is very common nowadays. Some would say it's even normal in our modern world. We will always have some kind of stress or various different stressors in our life. Some of them large, some of them are tiny, like little micro stressors during the day. We all have it, and not dealing with it well tends to cause a whole lot of physical, emotional, and even mental issues. An example, have you ever noticed that when you're stressed out, it's really hard to think clearly? Ever noticed that? Yeah, we know that eating when we're stressed or anxious tends to increase belly fat. But these are just a few of the more noticeable effects of stress. And there are many other chronic conditions that can be caused or even made worse by chronic stress. There's really no practical way to eliminate all of the stressors in our life. I mean, they're just going to happen. So it's very important to intentionally de-stress every day. And here are some very effective and easy actions for helping you manage your stress every day. The first one is to connect with nature. Really, if you can, just get outdoors and walk around. Just go around the park, go around your house, around the block. Just change your scenery and move your body. If you can't go outside, at least get up and stretch and move. If you need to, do some kitchen counter push-ups, turn on some music and dance like you don't care if anyone's watching, which they may or may not be. Pull out your rebounder, the one that you've got in the garage. Yeah, pull it out and just bounce around for a few minutes. Do some jumping jacks. You get the idea. Just take a moment, step away from your desk and move around. Another thing we can do to de-stress is make sure we're drinking enough water. Hydration is very powerful, and yet it's so simple, you may doubt how powerful it is. Really, that's that simple. Some of the signs we're not getting enough water are if you're feeling kind of low energy, feeling tired, feel like you've got a loss of muscle strength or endurance, could be that you're just dehydrated. Also, sometimes when we think we feel hungry, it's actually that we're just dehydrated. We just feel thirsty. So try that next time you're feeling like you're a little hungry. Try some water. Another thing that happens when we're dehydrated is we get headaches, and it can actually decrease our memory and our brain function. So again, water, very important. A general guideline, if you don't, I know a lot of people already know this, but a general guideline is to take your body weight in pounds and divide it by 2. And that is the number of ounces of water you might consider drinking every day. So a 150-pound person would want to maybe be drinking about 75 ounces of water every day, probably more if you're very, very active or working out a lot. Um, and you may not always drink as much water as that, but at least you can be more conscious of it. Small steps make a big difference. Just keep track of your water intake. And you know what? You might be really surprised. You may not be drinking as much water as you think you are. Another good thing we can do to de-stress, breathe deeply and be still. I know it can be a challenge to just sit still and quiet our minds. It may take a little practice, and it probably will take practice, but this technique has been shown to really improve brain function. It reduces feelings of stress, and the more calm we are, ultimately, the more we can think more clearly. Um, some of you already have like a daily meditation practice, and that's great. Also, a wonderful way to manage stress. If you're new to, intentional breathing, slowing things down, if you're new to that, super quickly, it's not rocket science, really. Few basics. If you can, just find a quiet place where you're not going to be interrupted. If you need to put your phone on airplane mode, great, do that. Or set a timer if you want to for however long you have, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long. Get into a comfortable position on a chair or on the floor. If you can, close your eyes and just focus on your breath, slowly inhaling in and hold and exhaling out, and just continue a rhythmic, deep, slow breathing. And again, it's going to take some practice, but just keep at it and just focus on your breathing. Even if your mind starts to become cluttered with all kinds of things, just get back to focusing on your breathing and just being in the moment. Bonus tip for how breathing can help you in any situation. Anytime you feel anxious or stressed, just do some deep breathing for a few minutes. This works great, whether you're just about to go into a meeting or you're driving in your car. I've used this myself. Usually it's in traffic, or if I'm running late for something, or I'm kind of nervous about something. Deep breathing helps a great deal. All right, so we just looked at the 3 foundational areas that play a significant role in looking and feeling our best at any age. We can make a real impact right away just by reducing processed sugars and other high sugar impact foods, reducing our belly fat, which is good for our looks and our health, and consciously managing our stress every single day. We live in an age where we've just got an overload of information and marketing. It's kind of like too much. Eat this, buy that, get this miracle supplement. It can be very confusing just to try to figure out how to be healthy and have energy and look and feel our best. The truth is, most of us already know 1 or 2 things that we could do today to better take care of ourselves. However, to make lasting changes, to upgrade our old habits for better ones, we just need a little help. If you have any questions about the information we covered today or any other health or wellness topic on your mind, feel free to contact me. Even if I'm not the one to help you, it's okay. I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. All right, so I am going to close, and I saw a message that I think that's it, isn't it? Is my time up?
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Julianne. That was great. I'm going to have to ask you though about that sugar thing, because yeah, it's a big deal with me. There's nothing, healthy eating just doesn't fill the same hole as a big chocolate chip cookie does. So do you have any suggestions on how to overcome that? And does anybody have any questions? No? I did have a question about what you think of the new rage now is intermittent fasting. What do
That
you
is
think about that?
yeah, actually, it's highly misunderstood and is often confused with other types of fasting. But really, I mean, if you think about it, every one of us almost every day is fasting. I mean, that's what we do overnight is we're taking a fast, right? And then we break it with our breakfast. But yeah, there are a couple of fabulous books out there. One of the latest and greatest is Fast This Way by Dave Asprey. And it's something that I usually recommend. I just say, basically, it's just trying to stretch out the time that we're not consuming food between our last meal in the evening and our first meal in the morning. It's shown that if you can stretch it out to a minimum 12 hours, maybe 14 or more hours, there are huge health benefits. So in a nutshell, that's it. If you want to know more, let me know. I can refer you to a couple of good resources.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And Megan, you're going to tell us about the raffle?
Susan, did you have a question? Yep,
Yes.
saw that hand.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
That's okay. I would like to ask Julianne, what were the first steps that you made when you felt that you had a health crisis going on? What were the first things that you did?
I cried a lot. It was depressing. But after that, I just was kind of shocked and overwhelmed. And I got on the scale and saw, what my weight was. But really, I think I just started looking for things. I think I knew some of the basics of, well, I was way too friendly with my wine consumption and not very conscious of my eating. And I just started seeking out information on, what was working and what wasn't, and, started reading books. And that's it. I mean, that's how it all started. I just started reading, self-educating, if you will. And eventually I was talking to people who helped support me. And that's what I mean by we all need so much support. Trying to be a lone ranger and doing everything on our own, not helpful. But ideally, I mean, eventually what I came to do is find out about how to change habits. Because I think we can all do something for 5 days or 10 days, right? We can all but what after that? How do we make changes that last? How does it become part of who we are? That was the important piece for me, and that's really important for a lot of people. And that's all part of my health coaching practice, is helping people make changes that last. Actually, there are a couple of good books I can recommend about that too. So if anyone has any questions about that, let me know.
I've heard of the book Atomic Habits.
Oh, I love that. That's a great book.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Rangun Chatterjee has come out with a book, and I'm trying to, I think it's calling Mini Habits or something. I forget what the title of the book is, but again, that's great. If you look up Dr. Rangun Chatterjee, he's a UK functional medicine doctor, but he just came out with a great book.
Okay, guys, so Julianne's information is in the chat box if you have any more questions with her, or for her rather. And I'm going to give it to Megan so she can talk about the raffle.
Thank you, Gay. Miss Jody, is our spinning wheel ready for that $50 Tarpees gift card?
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yay, congratulations. And then Lori, you want to go ahead and announce the next meeting?
Of course. So our next meeting is May 5th at 6 p.m. We get on early, about 5:45 for a pre-meeting mixer. And our speaker is Katerina Rando, selling with authenticity to maximize your business type. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I think I said her name wrong. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's perfect. Selling with authenticity to make your business thrive. So
say something, Marian?
Megan, Marian has something to say.
Yeah, I just want to say I know Katerina Rando very well, and she is a dynamite speaker, and she is going to light the house on fire. So don't miss it, and make sure you get all your friends, and let's get all our members here.
Perfect. Wonderful. That event should be up shortly, so you can register on our events page coming in the next couple of weeks. Yep, okay, sounds good. Okay, awesome, ladies. Well, it's been a pleasure. We actually ended 5 minutes early. You can more than welcome to stay on, ask Julianne more questions if she has the time. Overall, awesome meeting, ladies. It's been wonderful. Have a great rest of your day and happy
Thanks.
Friday Eve.
Thank you, everyone.
Professional Women's Network of the Monterey Peninsula, the source of encouragement and experience you've been looking for. Visit pwnmonterey.org and join us today. Because alone you are amazing, but together we are unstoppable. pwnmonterey.org.